Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations. Oh my god. Greetings and salutations. Eddie here. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be presenting Let's React Original versus Cover Redesign. And today's series is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Before I get into the covers, let me give you guys the plot of A Court of Thorns and Roses, at least the first book. So we get introduced to a character named Feyre who is living in this fantasy world. And this series is debatable, like young adult to new adult to full-blown adult fantasy. And the first book is a Beauty and the Beast inspired retelling. And Feyre, after she kills a fairy, gets taken by a fairy beast to his homeland to take his place, to take the fairy's place as punishment. She becomes familiar with the courts and the fairy politics, and meets characters like Tamlin and Rhys, and all these characters. And I've only read the first two books. I remember Court of Thorns and Roses vividly, and I loved it. I don't remember anything about Court of Mist and Fury. I actually really love Sarah J. Maas. I don't really care who knows. I really love Throne of Glass. I love Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm having a really hard time getting into Crescent City, or the first book is called House of Earth and Blood, because it's just really slow right now, but I'm hoping it'll pick up. And obviously I have not read the rest of the Court of Thorns and Roses series or Throne of Glass, but I just love her world, I love her writing, her characters, and I know it's kind of controversial to like Sarah J. Maas, but I'm going to ignore all of that. And I'll form my own opinions whether or not I love the rest of the Throne of Glass books or the Court of Thorns and Roses. Court of Thorns and Roses. That's a tongue twister to say. But so the series, A Court of Thorns and Roses, is still ongoing, and it got I think originally it was going to be 3 books, then it got extended to 6 books. Don't quote me on that. And so we follow a new character in A Court of Silver Flames, which is the 4th book. And it kind of feels like, since we have a new character that we're centering on, let's get new covers. And that's what we got. So in this episode of Cover versus Cover, let's talk about the drastic cover change of A Court of Thorns and Roses. And disclaimer, my opinions. I'll just keep it short. Let's get right into it. So here's the first book, A Court of Thorns and Roses. Excuse all these sticky notes. These are like my favorite moments. And you know, actually a lot of these I don't remember why I marked them. I read a little bit of them, but I don't remember why I marked them. Every time I see this cover, I get really nostalgic. I was in school, and my friends and I gushed over Throne of Glass, and we were really excited to read A Court of Thorns and Roses, and we actually bonded over this cover. This cover I absolutely love. I love the dress. I love the red background. I love the vines going through the title. I love the simple font. But then you turn it around, there's Feyre looking badass and awesome. And then the chapter headings, let me get to the first chapter. On the side, it's like this really cool vine work. I just absolutely love this cover, mainly because I love the color red. So there's this. And then we get to this one. Now here's the thing. In person, it actually doesn't look that bad. The paperback one is, in my opinion, atrocious. But I kind of like this cover, though, for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's red, and like I said, it's my favorite color. Or I just really like the Beast artwork. And the font. And the spine is actually kind of cool. Then we take it off, it's like this really bright red going on. However, everything about the book, the format-wise, is really different. There's no vine work on there, but that's not what we're talking about. I like the fact that they kept the red color scheme at like the original. I think out of the redesigns, this one's probably my favorite. And it's still like not impressive to me aside from the Beast artwork. The Beast artwork is, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty, excuse my neighbor's dog. It's pretty wicked, I'm not gonna lie. So needless to say, round 1, original cover. Then we get to this behemoth of a book. Here is A Court of Mist and Fury. And this one is, I think it's Persephone inspired retelling. It's been a while since I've read this book. I don't remember a single thing that happens, like I said. I like the color scheme. I love the blue. I love the like the wind. I don't know what you want to call that. The mist, I guess. And I love the detailing of Feyre's dress and Feyre's hand tattoo. I also love the castle in the background. I think that's awesome. And then you get to Feyre's face on the back, and she still looks stunning. I love the crown. Is there anything? No, it's just black with the silver. So yeah, so I really do like this cover because the blue is really pretty. And this is actually my first Let's React cover reveal on my channel, so I'll actually link that one down below. And then we get to this one, which is almost like so the dress of Feyre's original cover is like feathered bird-like thing. We kind of have a bird on this one, so I guess it's still kind of reminiscent of the original, but I don't know. The color, is it like green, I guess? A greenish color. And then it's like splatter on the spine. But then you take off the jacket, it's like this really obnoxious, like Girl Scout Thin Mint color. I will say that about these cover redesigns. I do like the artwork because it is very much, in my opinion, like an old fantasy artwork. So I do appreciate that though. But I wish they would have kept the same color scheme as A Court of Thorns and Roses did, where they kept the red of their covers, but this one didn't keep the blue of the original cover. I think, in my opinion, this one remains my favorite. I like green, but nah. And then we get to, I did a cover reveal of this one too on my channel, and that was A Court of Wings and Ruin. I actually just got this one recently at Pal's before they sold the new hardcovers. And it doesn't look long, as it doesn't look like a longer book than A Court of Mist and Fury, but it is. It is long. It has those super thin pages. It is 700 pages. And this is my pet peeve. Just a side note, this is my pet peeve. I want the book size to match the page length, if that makes sense. So like, for example, Warstorm right here. This is a long book, and they did not thin it out like they did with this one. But that's a tangent or whatever. I don't remember if I like this one. I like green, but I don't remember if I said in my cover reveal if I liked it or not. I like the smoke right next to her, and I really like the dagger. Is that a mountain in the background? Yeah, it's like a mountain background kind of thing. And then there's Feyre on the back again with like a moon tiara. I seriously don't remember if I like this one or not. I feel like I'm mixed with this one. Now the new one. Here's the new one. Yeah, different, right? It's like if Mean Girls puked all over my book. On the spine, it's like this feather. I don't know if you could tell, but it's like a feather. There you go. It's like a dagger going through smoke. I don't know. I like that wings is represented on the spine with the feather. I just don't like pink. And this is very pink. My good Jesus, it's pink. They couldn't make this, I don't know. I do like though in the background they do have Feyre's like tattoo that was on her hand. Almost matches like that in the back. But I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't really like either of them. So I'm just going to say pass on this one. Court of Frost and Starlight I don't have because I'm not really interested in novellas. That one kind of wraps up Feyre's story, I believe. And it takes place, or it gets released after A Court of Wings and Ruin. I don't like novellas, so I'm not reading it. So the original cover, you know, it's kind of stunning. It's like a Elsa-inspired dress. It's kind of pretty. I like the border. And I have it on my phone, so sorry if you didn't know what I was doing. I like the gold font. So then the hardcover of A Court of Frost and Starlight, it's actually not too bad. I like the blue, But the paperback, surprisingly, I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks kind of okay. I'm not gonna lie. The paperback of the other books, yeah, those are just no thanks. No thank you on those ones. So between those two, I'm gonna lean towards the redesign. Specifically the paperback. For some reason, that's okay to me. So let's get into the reason why this is all different. If you guys know me, I like consistency with cover redesigns. So let me just explain. I'm just pulling out this one because this one I just did. So this one has a gray background, but the titles are colored. With A Court of Silver Flames, it's a white title with a colored background, aside from gray, of course. So if they were going to redesign the covers, I would like them to keep in theme, you know? But that's just my nitpicking. Take that with a grain of salt. Here is A Court of Silver Flames, and I do not like this one at all. I don't. A lot of people that I know actually kind of like this cover, and I respect it. I don't judge them. And the mask is kind of cool, but why? You know, why? Why the sudden change? I know it's a complete different. I know it follows. Who does it follow now? Nesta and what is the dude's name? Cassian. Nesta and Cassian. I understand it's their story and it's a brand new trilogy, but why? why the sudden cover change? Why it's I don't know. I don't like this one as much. Maybe my least favorite one, actually. Originally, it's going to be A Court of Wings and Ruin. That's going to be my least favorite one because of the overbearing pink. But this one wins that spot. And it's so orange underneath, too. Look at it. I mean, the end paper is kind of cool, though. Kind of nice. For some reason, I like this part. Like, going onto the back, I think that's cool, but I don't know. So, by default, the original covers win. The thing about the new covers is that they're not necessarily ugly, in my opinion. I think online they did not impress me, but in person they're actually not that bad aside from A Court of Silver Flames. The thing about cover changes halfway through a series, you're risking a hell of a lot. Like, because you get people so invested in the covers. And, like, a lot of things, and in my opinion, I feel like they changed covers because sometimes they're not selling well, or you'll have a new cover designer in charge of that series. I don't know how all that works. I'm pulling hairs here. But most cover changes happen when it's like the 10th anniversary of a series, or there's a show coming out, or a film coming out. So far, I think the best cover change is probably the Shatter Me series by Tahada Mafi. Throne of Glass after the first book, that was horrendous. I think the Lunar Chronicles, the Mortal Instruments, and Feral Devices, I think those are fine. I think the Percy Jackson ones looked awesome. The Shadow and Bone trilogy, or sorry, the Grisha trilogy, they look fine. But I think by far, A Court of Thorns and Roses is probably, in my opinion, the worst cover change. Nothing against people who love the new covers. I'm serious. Nothing against those people. It's just that for me, the original covers are so nostalgic to me because A Court of Thorns and Roses, seriously, I'm going to be honest, got me into fairies, into reading fairy stories. And I loved Feyre. I loved Tamlin. But I heard that Tamlin becomes kind of a dick at the end. I'll just read it and find out for myself. If you guys like these covers, let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And for more content, the subscribe button is right over there. And I'll see everyone soon in my next video. Deuces.